Hi, paraphrasing means putting ideas into your own words. I'm going to show you an approach to paraphrasing using the 4 R's: reword, rearrange, realize, recheck. Let's go. Let's take a look at each of these a little more closely. First up, reword. When you reword, you consider synonyms that could be used in place of the words the author used in the original text. So if the author used the word small, you might look at little or miniature to replace that when you're rewriting it in your own words. Next up, realize not all words can be reworded or replaced. For example, we don't want to change the names of places or people. We also don't want to be rewriting history and changing the dates. Wait, not that kind of dates. Yeah, that kind of dates. Next up, rearrange. You might rearrange the order your sentences are in. Put details that are at the end and maybe add them to the beginning of your rewrite. Finally, recheck. You want to make sure what you've rewritten carries the same meaning as the original text. Let me show you when I practice this. All right, let's put this strategy to work. Here we have an original text at just 8.5 square miles. The Pacific island country of Nauru is one of the smallest countries in the world. The island was once rich in phosphate, but most of the resource has been mined, leaving damage to the environment behind. Nauru has a population of about 10,000 people. So I want to go through those 4 steps. We've got reword. So here you can see on Post-its, I took a look at some of the words that I thought, hey, there's a lot of synonyms out there for those guys. I'll jot them down, and I'll use those when I do my paraphrasing. I wanted to take some time to realize what are the words that I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change the name of the island. It's going to remain Nauru. I'm not going to change how many people are on the island or the square mileage of the island. So those are some of the things I noted. Next up is the hard work where I have to rearrange some of the sentences. I noticed right off the bat that the author had started with saying the square mileage and then naming the island. So I thought right away, I can just switch those around. So when I rewrote it, started with Nauru is a Pacific island country that is only 8.5 square miles in area. So I just did a switch around there. Then I came up to my first opportunity to do some rewording. It is a rather tiny country on the earth with only about 10,000 people living there. So for that sentence, I reworded 2 words and I did a little rearranging. Now, I gave some thought to which words I was going to use when I was choosing my synonyms. Up here, you might notice I had the word insignificant. However, I realized if I were to use that one, it would really be changing the meaning because the author isn't saying Nauru is insignificant or not important, just simply stating that it's a very small country. I also opted to take the word world out and put earth in there, and that was just a choice I made. For my rearranging here, I took this other detail about its size down here, and I just moved it up to what I was talking about here. So again, just a little bit of rearranging. I kept the information, but kind of placed it in a slightly different spot. Then I went in to talk about some of the other details the author included. Nauru has mined its once beautiful supply of phosphate. This has caused destruction to the environment on the island. This has caused destruction to the environment on the island. I guess I didn't word it perfectly there, so I have to do a little fixing. But as you can see, I went through and did all those steps. So my last one is to recheck it. So when I read through this, I want to make sure that my meaning in my rewrite, it matches the meaning the author wanted to express in the original text. Nauru is a Pacific island country that's only 8.5 square miles in area. It is a rather tiny country on the earth with only about 10,000 people living there. Nauru has mined its once plentiful supply of phosphate. This has caused destruction to the environment on the island. I feel like I kept true to what the author was trying to say and didn't add any new or different information. Seemed to work. All right, guys, go for it. Good luck.